What if I told you there was one item that would purify water for the rest of your life and everybody else's, whoever uses it, and never needed to be recharged? Would you want that one item? I'm guessing you would. What's up, guys? So thanks for joining me. Today I'm talking about something I learned about recently. It's called Shungite. In particular, I'm talking about elite or noble Shungite, which is known to be the most potent of all of those. A little bit of the history between Shungite, elite, noble Shungite, is that it's only from one region in Russia, and that region is Karelia, Russia. There is a lake in particular known for its healing qualities and was something that Tsar in the 1600s of Russia named Peter the Great was mainly involved with westernizing a lot of Russian culture. He had saw the benefits of this and I think really attributed a lot of his energy and victories towards the Shungite water. Now, today, it's still the same. There's no other regions outside of this area in Karelia, Russia, that is known for the Shungite stone. Shungite stone itself, you can tell, is the elite or noble type of Shungite if it shines and is very silver. Now, normally, the Shungite isn't going to be any of the polished things if it's the elite one because it's very fragile, and if you tried to tumble it like they do a lot of the other stones and crystals, then what would end up happening is it just crumble. It just fall apart. So normally, the elite Shungite is just rough stones, and like I said, can be extremely hard to get into different forms. Really cool because a lot of crystals and other rocks and minerals, if you're in the genre of Reiki healing or chakra balancing, is only regarded as not scientifically proven kind of deal. So, they'll talk about some crystals and say, well, it's purported that, amethyst is good for healing qualities. So, but there's no real history backing that up. There's nothing much to say when it comes down to proving amethyst is good for healing, other than, somebody said once somebody held a Reiki wand to me and I felt better. Right? So there's not really scientific evidence behind a lot of other crystals is what I'm getting at. However, this is where elite noble Shungite is completely different. 1996, the Nobel Prize for Chemistry was won by 3 individuals who did research on a very important structural piece of the Shungite. The 3 guys' names were Sir Harry Crotto, Robert F. Curl, and Richard E. Smalley. All 3 of these guys worked for a number of years on an element that they discovered called C60. So C60 actually stands for 60 molecules of carbon interlocked together, which makes up an actual structural picture of what a soccer ball looks like. So the cool thing about that structure is that it creates a cage, and that cage can help to bind to capture things that shouldn't be there, called fullerenes or buckyballs, named after Buckminster Fuller, who was known for creating structures that are called geodesic domes that have been all over the place. In homes, they end up making them into playground equipment. At least when I was a kid, I don't really see those anymore. But anyways, there's lots of uses for the Shungite. Just holding on to it, it is able to neutralize and to change EMF waves. So largely a lot of people are using these things to reduce EMF, and of all of the different crystals and things that I've researched that talk about neutralizing EMF, the only one I've really found that neutralizes it that can be measured with a lot of these devices for EMF detection is Shungite. I've seen the videos where you can set the different Shungite types, whether it's elite or not, around your electronic equipment, and it can greatly reduce the impact and neutralize the radiation around you and turn it into something else in general. So I've been using it for over a week or two now. I've got some that I've soaked in water, and I drink the water from that. And because of the fullerenes, the cage type ability, it can purify it and trap things inside of it that are contaminants. It can neutralize different pathogens, bacteria, and things that are not supposed to be there, like to purify the water, basically. So they say that you want to use 50 to 70 grams per 1 gallon, and the minimum time to do that, I think, is about 12 hours for my research. And if you want the full effect of the fullerenes, then you soak the 50 to 70 grams in 1 gallon for anywhere from 3 days to 1 week. So I've heard people say optimal time is 3 days. I've heard people say optimal time is 1 week. After a number of months, anywhere from 4 to 6 months, depending on the water quality of which you're using, you may notice less effects from it, and you may notice maybe even the rocks or something may look dirty. I don't really know. But they say then all you need to do is take the rocks out. You could gently wash them, or you could just set them in the sunlight, and they'll clean themselves in the sun. Boom, you're back at it. So there's a lot of different other things out there. They've got like EMF stickers, spheres, pyramids, tumbled stones. You can even get some of the controversial organite with it in there, of course, because people make organite out of all kinds of crystals and then claim all kinds of claims. But also what I did was put it into my Sonaki vitamin C shower filter, which I don't even use the Sonaki vitamin C anymore. I used to refill them all the time. I got videos on one of my other channels about how to refill vitamin C Sonaki filters. And for the water pressure where I'm at, we were just going through the vitamin C way too fast. I knew there had to be something else out there, so I've been using this. And it doesn't soak it for 3 days. It doesn't soak it for anywhere near a week, but to some extent, it's got to be washing through and sending out fullerenes. Even though the fullerenes amount maybe isn't a huge amount, since they're the most powerful antioxidant that we really know of, I believe, it can make a difference in energy levels and in purification. So the water quality where I live isn't that bad. There's no chloramine. There's no chlorine in it. There is naturally occurring other chemicals because it's a type of mountain water, basically. And yeah, it's still municipal water, so it's not great. And I'm sure there's other things in my water I don't want in there. But I think the Shungite is something that I'm already noticing a difference. I feel more energetic. I feel that I'm waking up better in the morning. And of course, I'm still doing a lot of the routines that I've shared on my channel. Anyways, Elite Noble Shungite is worth looking out for. I would really suggest making sure you get something from Karelia. Some places offer certifications of, yes, if we certify this has X amount of all these different minerals in there. And there's also certification that, yes, this is from the Karelia region of Russia. So what I would really suggest, you can use the links below where I'll have, Amazon links, and but you could get on eBay, you could get on Etsy, you could just Google it. And there's a million different sellers out there, so you don't have to be tied down to any one seller. You can try out different ones, and it's actually not that expensive. So for 50 to 70 grams, I paid about $13. That was all I paid for. Larger chunks can be a bit more expensive. That's pretty normal. But if you just Google Shungite water stones, you can find about that amount for that price. And just make sure it's the elite ones. Those are the best ones for the water. But maybe I'll have some updates on this and you guys can learn more about it in the future. But for now, I've been using it, enjoying it, and I really think it makes a big difference when I wear it, when I hold on to it, if I'm using electrical equipment, unlike any others. Beforehand, I was very reliant on taking tons of magnesium and to help my brain feel better in a lot of ways, because I am significantly impacted by EMFs in my area. I've got new towers in my neighborhood that resemble the new 5G stuff, but I have contacted my local government and they swear that it's only a 4G unit. But I wonder if there's some type of loophole that they can just claim it's only 4G because there's no actual 5G standard, and if it's a low level electrical field that they can technically get away with saying, oh, it's just 4G, when in fact, I don't know. You know, it might be 5G capable as well, but anyways, I noticed a significant improvement in my overall feelings in my head. So anyways, guys, Elite Noble Shungite, go check it out. Links in the description if you want to help support the channel. Share this with anybody you know who might be into prepping or just backpacking, or people who are sensitive to EMF. And yeah, there's a lot more videos out there that you can look into. Some of these are actually synthetically made. And is there any downside to the synthetically made ones? I don't know. I don't know that there is. I'll keep looking into it. If you have any information and you know about C60, then go ahead and leave some messages in the comments.